who would you say is influential to the community and why?
Well,
I know you brought up like the New Hope, so I don't know if you, like the doctors or even yourself, or if there's somebody that's really trying to change the community or make a difference.
Yes, he will definitely be 20.
I think it's a combination of. There's a lot of people actually. I don't know if you want me to name names, but
It's up to you, whatever.
But the thing is, this
Positions, however
grant,
you-
the position was great. This was good. I think I think Ms. Hackworth really wants to do good for the community because she's the one who partnered with them and got them to pushed and facilitated them to get this grant.
That's the mayor, right?
That's the
Julie?
mayor. Yeah. So she is influential. You know, you mentioned doctors. There's several doctors in town, but I don't think anyone's more influential than the Gothams. They
Yeah, I
do
remember
everything they can for health. They've even not only have they tried to help us,
Mhm.
and they've come to our agency and given us free scans and free, done all that stuff for our own department. But in the community, Dr. Gotham is always going places where if we invite her anywhere or there's something in the community going on, she's always going there and she's donating, or she's helping, or she's trying. Both of them.
Yeah.
So they're extremely influential. You have some city council people who are influential. Some, not all of them, but some get out there and work. When it comes to kids and their health, Tim Hayden is extremely influential.
Yeah.
And that guy can raise some money for kids like nothing. And he is always coming to us so we run the PAL program, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll run into a family, like we just gave the family $350 because they didn't have clothes for their kids. And they couldn't afford it. They just got here. They're almost homeless. They're living in a very, very restricted quarters for a family and 3 kids. So we raised some money and wanted to help them out and got them clothes. But that started with Tim. Tim is the one who finds these families who are in need for the kid component, in the juvenile component. He loves doing that.
Yeah.
And he's extremely influential. He gets a lot of money. He got us a grant from Walmart. Just Walmart gave us $2,500 for PAL, so we can help. So I mean, that's one thing I think the community does come together, and you'll be surprised how many, who's influential, who donates a lot, and he calls it, well, you know him, he's a Los Domingos guy. What's his name? His name is
Los Domingos.
Yeah, he owns Los Domingos and he owns OG's, but he comes to city council meetings, and we just got done. He wanted to call it It's Matt. His name is Max Atala, and he wanted to call it Max's Blessings, and he was helping the homeless, and he gave them money, but he doesn't just give them money so you can go spend it. He wants them to use it to advance and get out of their homelessness.
Right.
Which is another program that he started, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty nice, but
No, that's a big deal, especially like you said, in such a small community.
Right.
Do you guys have one of the programs that we work with in this term is Head Start, which helps kids from birth to 5 years of age. Parents can take them there. It's mainly low income, but it helps them with, it seems silly because for you and me it's normal, but the basics. So hygiene, brushing their teeth, understanding that it's important to wash your hands, and then for parents, like pool safety, because that's huge, and then vaccinations, and that's a big thing right now with people choosing not to vaccinate or people not knowing when to vaccinate, and then that's how it spreads. But I don't think Barstow has a Head Start, do they?
I've heard of Head Start, but I don't know if they do. I don't think they do.
I know
it doesn't sound like
Adelanto has one, Hesperia has one, but I mean that's kind of a distance from here.
Right. Especially if there's low income and they can't make it out there for some reason. No,
is the Tot Time a nonprofit, or is that?
No, I know we have Tot Time, but I don't.
But do they have to? Parents have to pay for that?
I think they do.
I think they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tot Time's paid because I want to say my sister's kid used to go there and she paid.
Okay.
But Head Start, you say it's a simple thing, but for the hygiene and stuff, but that's really
Mm-hmm.
the things that these kids have to learn.
Yeah.
Some families, they're not getting that benefit of teaching their kids, or they don't understand it.
Right. Well, you'd be surprised. It sounds silly. We were talking about this in lecture. Just dental hygiene. You know, if you don't teach your children dental hygiene, yeah, it seems like, okay, we can just start brushing their teeth later, or not even as babies cleaning their gums, but eventually their teeth end up being deformed, and when they get older, even at the age of 5, kids are mean, and they start picking on them. Well, that affects their mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And then that slowly turns into the bullying,
and then that turns into those thoughts of suicide. Yes.
So it's just like
terrible cycle.
Yeah. So those little things, but I didn't know if Barstow had that as
I don't think so.
a thing for kiddos.
Yeah.
Or even parents, because some parents, like a lot of dads, mostly dads, because moms usually take care of the kids. They don't know the basics, you know, and they don't do the super hands-on things with the kids when they're little. It's more mom taking care of the doctor's appointments and all those things. So, okay, last one. So if money, politics, and resources were not an issue, what would you change about the community and why?
Ooh.
So if you could do anything.
So from law enforcement perspective, or anything?
Anything.
Well, anything, it means I would, okay, so think about some of the things we talked about. We talked about homeless, we talked about some health problems there, we talked about, we have a major problem with drugs here, especially we've seen rise in drugs.
Mm-hmm.
How do we have, from our standpoint, how do we fix that when I don't have the people? So I would want more people.
Mm-hmm.
I need more people. I need more people all the way around.
People as in officers?
No, staff.
Everything.
Everybody. I would need, we get more officers, so that we can have, and if you know a little bit about Measure Q, where we passed that from a tax to get more officers. But look at what we had to do. We had to go to the because the economy's not there. They can't pay for it. If you go to Ontario, where my brother works, they have so much revenue that's crazy. We couldn't do that, so we have a higher tax here now, 8.75.
Oh, was it 7?
It's 1%. So
yeah,
full.
7.75 before.
Yeah, so it's a full percent to help offset some of the costs to provide the services we need to take care of the citizens in our city. So that means more Hope people out there trying to, instead of once a week for 4 hours,
right?
You know, what about the rest of the time? And it's hit and miss. They're
either not there or
Chris and I go out and check all the time, and we always say we need someone doing this every day. I mean, that's the kind of volume we have.
Right.
So that we need somebody attacking the drugs and making sure that we get these things off the street, those that are selling, because a lot of that quantity is for sales. And you saw the little baggies, so they're going to chip that off and they're going to sell to whoever. So then we have more drugs in our community. So I would do something like that. I would definitely staff the police department so we can respond better to these problems and these issues. I think that it's important for us to start with the youth and have things for them to do. But Barstow doesn't have a lot of things for the kids to do. And when you don't, they're going to find stuff to do.
Right.
They're going to get into some type of mischief, or they're going to find that party that, because we do go to a lot of alcohol related overdoses. You know, with kids at the hospital or at a party who have drank too much.
Jeez.
Or at the beginning of the year, you were still here, right? Remember the kids that went to the high school and the junior high taking the prescription meds and were at the hospital getting their stomachs pumped? Yeah. And what they went to a party in the desert, and so they're going to find something to do. So I would invest more money into finding things providing other areas that the youth can hang out with, and we can model other cities what they do for trying to find activities for youth. You know, we have a little sports park skate park, but that's it.
Well, the Boys and Girls Club, there's that.
But that's for the youngsters.
Okay, so you're talking more like the teens.
I'm talking
talking the ones that are
junior
super,
high, high school,
influential.
Yes.
Easily influenced.
Yeah. And then what else did you say? Anything else in the community? You certainly want. What else do we need? We need. This helps us. We lost the homeless shelter, so we don't have that
online.
anymore.
Yeah. Well, I thought a portion of the Manna is still open, right? Because there was 2 addresses, I remember.
Right, but
one
I think
shut down and the other one is still.
Yeah, the one that shut down is where we can't take them to them. They don't do that.
Okay.
But there's the what's it called? Food closet or something like that. That is still, you can
kind of
still
like the
get
meals
some stuff.
thing. Yeah. Okay.
But you can't spend the night. You can't do anything like that. And I really think that this does help, having a hotel, that a designated hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some problems there because we have a bunch of homeless.
Mm-hmm.
Guarantee we're going to get calls there.
Right.
But I mean, that does help get them off the street doing all that other stuff that they're doing, where I don't want to walk by and see that, and half the citizens don't want to walk by
Right.
and be overwhelmed with the smell and the hell. It's gross.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be healthy, so I think more money needs to be put into the homeless problem. I mean, from a citizen standpoint, from the community, not law enforcement, because really it's not our problem. I say it's not our problem. It can't be handled with arrests all the time and putting people in jail.
Right.
And we really need to try to
Because that
look.
doesn't build that trust, that relationship.
And it doesn't fix the problem, really, because they're still going to be homeless. They're just going to get out somewhere else and make their way back here. So even though we have that tool, it's the only tool we have to arrest, or we can help facilitate into other programs.
Yeah.
So I think more funding needs to go to that. And Barstow also has a lot of mental health people, a lot of mental health problems. And we have some here. We have the walk-in clinic.
Here?
We have this one right here. That's only a counseling center.
Oh, okay.
It's only for counseling.
Got
though.
it, yeah.
You can't just walk. So we have to go to Victorville for the walk-in clinic, right? It's the closest one we have. You have to have an appointment here. I realize that you have to have an appointment at this place, and they'll see you, but they don't see everybody. And if you're really crazy, they call us to tell them he's too crazy to see us, you know?
Ship them out, yeah.
So we ship them somewhere else. And we go to Victorville if they're nonviolent, is the closest one. Or we go to Arrowhead. I think, and we're in the high desert. We have to drive all the way down there. We need something here to help the people here. Now we have her, which is the liaison for county health, behavioral health. So she helps us with 5150s. And she tries to get them the county resources that they can offer, which is a plus.
That's big, yeah.
It is, because now she rolls out to it with us. We make it safe. She can come in with her resources. Sometimes she takes them and transports her herself. But she's still going all the way to San Bernardino or to Victor.
Right, so it's still not within the community.
It's still not within our community.
Right.
And if money wasn't obligated, we need that. Definitely. We need resources right here where we could say, this person needs help. And it's not a hospital issue. It's not a police issue. You know.
It's actually being properly handled versus, this is kind of what we have, this is the best we can do.
So
and
we don't have an answer, so
but
guess
it doesn't
what?
fix it.
We're at.
Just temporary Band-Aid.
It's just a temporary fix, but it's not really fixing it in our community.
Right.
So I'll do something like that.
Cool.
I don't know if that helps.
No, that's perfect. That's big. Like I said, you'd be surprised. I didn't think everything can really tie into health. Everything's related in some way or another.
Yeah, it is. And you don't think about it until you really start breaking it down and thinking, yes.
You can take some of this.
Yes, I will. I will use some of this our conversation. I will.
I'm going to stop the recording. Thank you, though.